all temperatures of 14 or 50. That's all for now. I leave you with a summary.
Hello and welcome to the Saturday Special. The sporting headlines tonight: Middlesbrough fight back for a point against the mighty Reds. A good day for Goodman as Sunderland take all three from Millwall. All the details coming up after the main news stories of the day from Leslie Carr.
Thank you, Duncan. A Scarborough man missing from home for the last 5 days has been found dead in his car. 43-year-old Brian Simpson from Estfield was found by a walker in Wycombe Forest. There are no suspicious circumstances. A new industrial park which could help create 500 jobs in North Yorkshire has been opened by Sir Leon Brittan, the former Richmond MP and Vice President of the European Commission. The £1.75 million park at Stokesley has been developed by North Yorkshire County Council and Hambleton District Council. Tyne Fire Brigade is considering adopting American methods to deal with teenage arsonists in an effort to stop them reoffending. The brigade, which faces an arson crisis with 7 out of every 10 serious fires being started deliberately, is sending 2 representatives to New York to study a successful counselling scheme for young offenders. County Fire Chief Bill Dunlop says they're hoping to set up a similar programme in Tyne and Wear. And a crackdown on shop crime, which is estimated to cost traders in Newcastle more than £10 million a year, is to be launched by police. The targets include shoplifters, people passing forged banknotes and credit card fraudsters. Traders are being urged to make use of new technology to beat the criminals, ranging from closed-circuit television to infrared devices which can spot forged banknotes. Police made about 3,000 arrests for offences connected with shop crime in Newcastle last year. Adrian Nichol, the North Shields tornado navigator taken prisoner by Iraq during the Gulf War, is helping to boost the annual poppy appeal in the region. Flight Lieutenant Nichol, who along with his pilot was forced to make a television broadcast during his imprisonment, is to launch an appeal for more volunteer cash collectors for Poppy Day because of a shortage in the northeast. There's been a call for special recognition for the Northumberland coastline. Broadcaster and birdwatcher Bill Oddie made the plea as he opened the 2-day Northumbrian Birdwatchers Festival at Drawridge Bay Country Park this morning. More than 5,000 people from all around the country are expected to come to Northumberland for the festival, which promises to be the biggest of its kind ever held in the north, and that's despite the weather. A spokesman for the Royal Society for the Protection of Birds said the Northumberland coastline holds many sites which are of national, even international significance for wildfowl and wading birds. The Society wants the areas to be given special protection under international wildlife conventions signed by the government. That's it from me. Back to Duncan.
Right, we start with one of the biggest games that you're likely to see at Ayresome Park this season. Middlesbrough against Manchester United. Alex Ferguson's side were attempting to extend their unbeaten Premier League run to 8 matches. David Mills has all the details.
Middlesbrough were forced to make a late team change when Alan Kernaghan appeared to collect an injury prior to kick-off, and it was his replacement, John Gittins, whose tackle on Dennis Irwin in the 43rd minute enabled Steve Bruce to score from the penalty spot to give United a 1-0 half-time lead. Middlesbrough battled their way back into this game and equalised through Bernie Slaven after a United defensive blunder. Slaven hit a post for Middlesbrough. Hughes missed 2 good opportunities for United, but in the end there were no further goals.
Roker Park's our next stop for the full story behind Sunderland's First Division clash with Millwall. The pressure's on for the club to get it right on and off the pitch at the moment. To find out if it was eased by this afternoon's performance, we join Roger Tames at the ground.
At last, 3 points to ease the pressure on Sunderland manager Malcolm Crosby. This was a spectacular improvement on the Roker men's last depressing home game 7 days ago and against a thoroughly capable Millwall side. Sunderland were always pressing forward throughout a goalless but encouraging first half, but it was Don Goodman who showed the way with 2 expert second-half strikes. The first, 11 minutes after the break, was a pinpoint header from Peter Davenport's perfect cross. With 14 minutes left, substitute Brian Atkinson and Davenport again set up number 2, leaving Goodman to show great poise with just the keeper to beat. Goodman deserved his goals. Sunderland deserved their boost. Sunderland 2, Millwall 0.
Now let's round up this afternoon's results for the region. Starting in Division 3, Bury 0, Scarborough 2. Scarborough's goals from Mark Jules and Darren Foreman. That's Bury's first home defeat since March. York City 1, Doncaster Rovers 1. Doncaster took the lead through Grant Morrow. Nigel Pepper equalised from the penalty spot. That's York's first draw of the season. Scottish Division 2, Berwick Rangers 5, Arbroath 1. In the GM Vauxhall Conference, Gateshead 0, Telford 1. Well, there was double delight for Hartlepool and Darlington last night, of course, when they both picked up maximum points on home soil. Poole started the day in second place in the second division thanks to their 1-0 win against Blackpool. Keeper Steve McElhargy was judged to have pushed Andy Saville. The striker stepped up to convert the penalty himself and notch up his 6th goal of the season. Meanwhile, Darlington have made a desperate start to the season, and it looked like continuing against Torquay when Sean Joyce put them ahead. But Billy McEwen's words of wisdom at the break did the trick. Nick Pickering was brought down in the box, and the Quakers had the chance they needed. Mark Doby scored his first goal for the club from the spot, and it was 1-1. The lowest crowd of the season at Beatham's then had something else to cheer about. Skipper Tim Parkin headed them in front from Pickering's free kick. Darlington added a third 10 minutes from the end. Ian Jurieff sending Steve Mardenborough away, and he did the rest in style. That made it 3-1, and the fourth wasn't far away. Substitute Andy Toman charges into the box to round off a great second-half fight-back. Now it's time to look ahead to tomorrow's big screen test for the country's manager of the month and his Newcastle side. Kevin Keegan won't name his starting 11 for the live TV match at Brentford until tomorrow, but he's already hinted that Mickey Quinn could keep his place, even though Gavin Peacock is definitely back in the first team.
He's come into the side when I've asked him to, and he's done a terrific job. And I don't think people should just assume that he's always going to be left out. His place is here at the moment. We pay his wages, and he's a model professional. And that's really what they've all got to be. And, you know, I think that's the least a club can expect of a player, is to behave like Mickey Quinn has this year.
Now let's take a look at the region's rugby results in the Courage League this afternoon. In the first division, West Hartlepool 9, Harlequins 12. 3 penalties for Stabler, but he missed a fourth with the last kick of the game that could have levelled it all up. And in Division 2, Waterloo 3, Newcastle Gosforth 13. A great start to the season for Gosforth. Their second win in a row. They're firmly establishing their start to the season. That's about it now, but whatever you do, don't miss the first ever Tyne Tees live match, which kicks off tomorrow at 2:45. I'll be joined in the studio here in Newcastle by Chris Waddle, unfortunately on the losing side today at Liverpool. He'll be giving us his expert opinions on Newcastle's match at Brentford. That's 2:45 tomorrow, the live match. Join us then. Good night.
Tyne Tees weather, sponsored by Legal and General.
Most places dry again tomorrow with some sunshine and moderate easterly winds. Top temperatures around 15 Celsius, that's 59 Fahrenheit. And the outlook, mostly dry with some sunshine.
Football, live, free, on Tyne Tees.
Well, before we meet up with the dinosaurs, a few minutes of cartoon fun with Go Fly a Kit. Well, before I head off home, I'm sticking in a couple of birthday greetings. One for Melissa Lay, who's 4 today. Very many happy returns, Melissa, from Mummy, Daddy, Grandma, Grandad and all aunts, uncles and cousins. And Simon Clark at Mill Hill Road, who's celebrating his 6th birthday. Enjoy your party tomorrow and enjoy the dinosaurs right now.